Cancer will ride for you. If they love you, they don't even need the backstory of why they should not like something or someone, you know? They're already in it and they're already that soldier for you. What's good, you guys? I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday, and I hope you're having a good holiday week. If you're celebrating the holiday, I hope you're having a good holiday week. And speaking of the holiday, there won't be a podcast episode this week because, you know, it's Thanksgiving, so I'm taking that day off, but I have a really good video for you guys today. I have an amazing list. It's by Daily Horoscopus. I'm gonna post the picture that shows the Instagram page. Give them a follow, they have some really good stuff. But this list is messy. It's about pairs in the Zodiac that, you know, are made in hell. People that you traditionally probably would not get along with. Most of these signs are actually signs that are squaring you. So you will see as I go that there is a pattern here, except for one of the signs. And that one is just so funny. You'll be able to tell which one I'm talking about. Let's have a good ass time and let's talk about this list. Okay, first up we have Aries. Your pair in hell is Capricorn, and that is so funny. That is actually really, really funny. I feel like when you think of Aries and Capricorn, you think of like big boss energy, right? Like both of these signs love to be in charge, but the way they go about it could not be any more different. Like Aries is in charge and they're very like dominating and like aggressive and loud and proud in the way that they lead. And sometimes, actually no, both of them I feel like think like working alone they're gonna do a better job, but that doesn't mean that they're not bosses in every aspect of their life, so they can't help but boss people around. I feel like even in your personal life a little bit, right? Like you guys can't help but tell people what to do and how to do it, but the way they do it is so different. In Capricorn, they do it in a way where like they're not yelling at you, but just from the eye contact that they made with you, you could just tell that they're repulsed by the way that you're doing that, you know, by your lack of motivation, by your inability to show up, you know. Capricorn just has that like, oh, of course, like, yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed, but not surprised. And then Aries to me is very much like yelling in your face. And if they're not yelling, because I know a lot of you fire signs hate it when people say you guys like to yell, but you do. But even if Aries isn't yelling, they're talking at you. You know what I mean? They're aggressively talking at you. So both of these signs, you know, I feel like when they come together, it can be a pissing contest, you know, like who's the bigger boss here, you know? Who can gather the people quicker? Who can motivate the people the best? Both of these signs are going to go head to head in that way, and they're going to hate being told what to do, you know, with the other, because they're usually the one telling people what to do because they're confident in the way that they do things. So when Aries and Capricorn come together and they try to tell each other what to do or how to do it, oh my God, it's the biggest battle of the egos known to mankind, you know? Okay, next we have Taurus and Aquarius. Yeah, you know, these two fixed signs, We already know how much Taurus is set in their ways, obviously being fixed, but Taurus being fixed earth, I feel like it's a different level of stubborn than all the other fixed signs. And when you're looking at Taurus and Aquarius, like Taurus can't help but, you know, think that the way I do things is the way I do things and this is the way to do it. And when Taurus tries to tell Aquarius, do it like this, Aquarius is like, I literally never follow the rules. So like, I hate that you think you can tell me what to do and how to do it, but like, I don't follow the rules. I don't let people tell me what to do. They're ruled by Uranus, you know? So it's like, if you think I'm gonna do this, I'm actually gonna do that just for the wow factor, just for the shock factor. And that destabilizes Taurus energy because Taurus energy, you know, runs on routine, runs on things that work, you know? They like to be stable. And the instability that Aquarius placements bring really stresses Taurus out, and it drives Taurus crazy because they just want to make you do things the way they do them. And Aquarius is like, no honey, like, let me tell you something about me. Let me tell you something about me. No one tells me what to do. No one tells me what to do and lives to tell the tale. But then with Aquarius, because Aquarius is a fixed air sign, they love to argue, right? Like they love to argue. So when Aquarius is going against Taurus, Taurus is really, really annoyed with Aquarius because Aquarius is like, why do you think that you can just keep talking and it's going to make me change my mind? You know, like you're actually annoying me by how much you're talking. Taurus is telling that to Aquarius, because Aquarius usually is such a debater and they love to like show you the facts and this is why we're doing it this way and this is how it's supposed to be done and blah, 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 blah. This is why you should follow what I'm saying. Like Aquarius is an air sign, so they love to talk about it. And Taurus is like, you're talking too much and you're annoying me. And the fact that you think you're going to change my mind by talking at me, it's not going to happen. So in that sense, I could see why these two are pairs in hell. Okay, next we have Gemini and Pisces. Oh my God. You know, I feel like when I think of Pisces, I think of obviously them being the 12th sign. I really see Pisces blending and getting along with everyone. More so than any other sign, I feel like Pisces can get along with all the signs in the zodiac, probably because they are that, you know, 12th sign and they have a little bit of every sign in them, it feels like. And they're also, you know, they're mutable water, so they can really transform themselves to really connect with anybody, you know, at any point of their life. They're really, really good at doing that. At first, Gemini and Pisces, I think, are really great together because they both get bored easily and they like to bring variety into their day, into their routine. They enjoy that, you know, they enjoy being in la la land. And you think Pisces enjoys being in la la land just because they're ruled by Neptune, but if you think about it, so does Gemini. Gemini can be that air sign that just bounces from one thing to another to keep things light. You know, they don't like to get too deep sometimes because it's just not in their nature to overanalyze one thing. They're not the Virgo version of Mercury. They're the fast-paced version of Mercury. So they like to just keep it moving, keep it pushing, keep it light, keep it fun. And I feel like when that happens too much is when Pisces probably would get annoyed with Gemini energy, because I feel like Pisces energy usually looks at Gemini energy and they're like, oh my God, like you're so fun. I like how you keep everything light. But then after a while, maybe if Pisces is like in their feelings and they want to just talk about their feelings, Gemini is going to get annoyed with Pisces because it's like, I thought we were having fun. I thought we were forgetting shit. And Pisces all of a sudden can just be silent, you know, go nonverbal. And that will make Gemini very, very uncomfortable because Gemini is used to Pisces keeping up with their mutable energy. But if Pisces is overwhelmed and they go nonverbal, you know, and they're overwhelmed by the stimuli that makes Gemini placements usually happy, there can be a disconnect between these two signs, you know? Okay, next we have Cancer and Aries. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so the thing with Cancer and Aries is they're one of the same. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Cancer is a, you know, water sign, but Cancer is very impulsive. This is what Aries and Cancer have the most in common. Their impulsivity. They love to be impulsive and they just do what they want to do. They don't think twice about it. Whereas I've said before, Libra and Capricorn, they're the cardinal signs that take their time a little bit before making decisions, right? So I feel like if they're not seeing eye to eye, Cancer and Aries, it's typically because someone thinks that they make the better decisions quicker, you know? And that impulsivity can lead them to a lot of trouble because they're not really checking each other. Cancer can look at Aries and be like, you know what, you're making decisions too quickly and it's weighing heavy on my emotions. You know, it's making me feel unstable. I don't feel stable. I don't feel safe, you know? And Cancer loves feeling safe. Whereas Aries, you know, they love the chaos. They love to be out and about. They love taking risks, you know, and they don't think twice about how it's gonna make them feel. Sometimes they just do it. Again, they're a fire sign, and that makes Cancer feel unsafe. And, you know, Aries, when they look at Cancer, I can't help but think that they're like, listen, you're getting too much in your feelings are getting too hurt. And that's another thing, is that Aries, not always on purpose, is gonna hurt Cancer's feelings because Cancer is very, very sensitive and Aries is cardinal fire. So they just say it with their chest and sometimes it's mean, you know, and Cancer will take that to heart and will never forgive them, you know, so that can lead to some trouble between these two. Okay, next we have Leo and Taurus. Yeah, when I think of Leo and Taurus, so I think of Taurus not giving Leo the fulfillment that they're looking for. I think Leo, again, wants to be adored and they want their love, the love that is received, to be loud. And I don't necessarily think that Taurus gives loud love. That doesn't mean that Taurus doesn't love hard. It's just that they're not the types to be the loudest about it. They're showing you they love you in so many different ways and they can still be romantic, you know, Taurus. Leo wants to be shown off. They want the world to know that their partner is obsessed with them and that they don't play it cool, you know? And not that Taurus is like playing it cool, but I just don't think that Leo enjoys how calm Taurus can be. And at first they can maybe think it's like mysterious, but then after a while, Leo's like, okay, I feel like you never want to do anything with me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't want to do nothing with me. And Taurus, you know, they love that luxurious life, but you know, they're homebodies. And I'm not sure that Leo energy is always going to enjoy that about Taurus energy. And not to say that Taurus energy will enjoy that about Leo energy. I feel like Tauruses look at Leos and they're probably thinking, why do you have to be center stage all the time? Why are your feelings the loudest all the time? Because these two also express their feelings very differently. You know, Taurus can be very, they can keep a lot of shit in, you know? Whereas Leo, they can't help but want to express it as soon as they feel it. And if they don't find that balance, they can look at each other and be like, I don't like the way you move in this relationship and this friendship. Because Taurus is like, you're always doing the most. And then Leo is like, well, you're not doing shit. You know, I don't even know where we stand. And when you do that, I want attention elsewhere, whether it's in romantic or friendship. Okay, now we're on to the funny stuff. Now we're on to the good stuff. Pair made in hell. Virgo. Virgo. Yes, Virgo is the only one in this list that has their own sign as their pair made in hell. And that to me is funny. I think we need to take a moment, you know, as a society, as humanity, and really think about that. What does that say about Virgos? I think it says that y'all know how cuckoo you can be. I'm just saying, because you guys, I feel like, are thinking, that's so messed up. Like, why? Like, there's so many other signs that I hate. But honestly, as a Virgo, have you been in a room with another Virgo? I feel like sometimes y'all bug each other. I really do. Because you guys are comfortable, obviously, with yourselves and the way that you do things. But if there's another Virgo in the room, I'd imagine you're annoyed by how much they like to do things their way and they think they're perfect and they think there's nothing wrong with them. Is that a mirror, Virgo? Is that how you are? Is that how you are with yourself? I feel like it might be. It might be. Now, granted, if the Virgos just like do things the same way, they can probably look at each other and be like, oh my God, like I love the way you live life. Like I love the way you do things. But when does that happen? What are the chances of that happening? I feel like Virgos and Virgos together is the battle of the perfectionists and who can do it better. They can be very like, let me one up you, let me one up you, you know? So that can be very dangerous. And I'm just not sure that's healthy. Because I don't think of Virgo energy as competitive energy. You know, like Virgo's competition is themselves. Not to say that cheesy line, but truly, like they're too hyper-focused in the way that they do things. They're not looking at someone and be like, you're my competition. Because usually, actually, they know that they're going to kill it no matter what. So I'd imagine if it's another Virgo, they're like, oh, I see you. I respect you. I don't know if I fuck with you, though. You know? Next, it is Libra, and for you, it's Cancer. Yeah, I think when Libra sees Cancer using their emotions to get what they want, that throws Libra off. Because Libra literally does the exact opposite. They want everything to be fair and just. And they actually do everything they can to maintain their emotions, their ugly or negative or whatever emotions, to make everyone feel safe. And y'all know when Cancer is vibrating at its lowest vibration, they're using their emotions to manipulate people and forcing them to view life in the lens of their eyes, as Cancer's eyes. And they want you to feel these feelings with them. And they can be manipulative in that sense. And I feel like Libra will look at that and be like, I don't like the way you're doing things. I don't like that you're using your feelings and your emotions to get people to agree with you. Because Libra likes to stay in the middle and understand every side and make every person feel safe in this conversation, in this argument, in this space. And when they see Cancer kind of spiraling, that can throw Libra off, you know? And Cancer can look at Libra and be like, okay, well, you know, I don't like the way that you don't stand for anything. I don't like that you are always on the fence. Because let me tell you, as a Scorpio, one thing I love about Cancers is their ability to ride for their people. And even if that person didn't do shit to me, but they looked at my friend wrong, oh, I fucking hate them. That's how a Cancer is. You know what I mean? Like a Cancer will ride for you. If they love you, they don't even need the backstory of why they should not like something or someone, you know? They're already in it and they're already that soldier for you. And listen, sometimes they're gonna look at Libra and be like, I don't like that everything is just fair to you and everything goes. And you know what I mean? That you're not really mad at anyone. Like they will look at that and be like, you're being a little fake, you know? So I think that's how they can really trigger and annoy each other. Okay, next we have Scorpio and ours is Leo. I think we actually had a video. Yes, it was a Zodiac standoff. So if you don't know, we have a whole series where it was, you know, a Zodiac standoff between two signs that are battling for something, like it's a certain title. And I think we had one that was Leo and Scorpio battle of, I think, the most powerful sign. I think it was power hungry sign. When you think of these signs, both of these signs can be very motivating, you know, to their people. They just feel the need to empower their people. But I feel like when they see each other, there's gonna be this tension of like, okay, who's the shot caller here? You know what I mean? And Scorpio does it in a very, I wanna say silent way, whereas Leo does it in a very loud and proud way. You know, they don't really care who's in the room. Leo can lead a group of people no matter where they are. They can be center stage. And Scorpios, it's funny because we are really good in leadership positions, I would say, but that doesn't mean that we always want everyone to be looking at us. You know, Scorpio is more so like behind the scenes doing things to make shit happen, whereas Leo is in front of the camera making shit happen. Funny story, I have both of those signs in my chart. So when Scorpio looks at Leo and the way that they lead, they might get annoyed. They might get annoyed because they feel like they have to be the loudest for people to listen to them. And Scorpio is like, you wouldn't have to yell and shout if your message was good. You know what I mean? Like that's, I think, what Scorpio is thinking sometimes when they look at Leo is like, you're being a little superficial in the way that you approach life. I want to see what's beneath the surface. And not to say that Leo doesn't have anything beneath the surface. I think every sign does. For some people and for some signs, it's just easier to focus on above the surface, you know, the surface. And Leo is one of those signs. And Leo may look at Scorpio and be like, it bugs me that I don't know where you stand. Like, I like people to tell me loudly how they feel about me. And do you like me? And Scorpio is not the type of person that as soon as they meet someone, they're like, oh yeah, I like you a lot. You know, like even if we do, we're still sussing you out. And I feel like that energy, that time period of sussing you out, it's uncomfortable for Leo. And Leo will be giving weird vibes to Scorpio, and Scorpio will be giving weird vibes to Leo. And there's just gonna be tension there. I think there's a lot of tension between these two signs if they don't like each other from the very, very beginning. It's so funny, actually. If you guys watch Summer House, it's a reality show on Bravo. There are these two women, Paige, who's a Scorpio, and Lindsay, who is a Leo. And throughout the seasons, they've just bumped heads a lot, constantly. And every time they're okay, something happens. And they don't back down. Neither one of them backs down. They really, really fight the good fight. And they really, really call each other out all the time. And they come back another season and they do it again. Like the energy is there. And it's amazing to watch, but I could see that, you know, in the real world, these two people probably wouldn't be friends because they don't respect the way the other approaches a group setting, you know? Okay, next we have Sagittarius, and for you it's Virgo. Ooh, we've talked about this pairing a lot on this channel too. I feel like Sagittarius, you know, is the ultimate optimist. Obviously being ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck. And Virgo is sometimes known to be the pessimist, realist of the Zodiac. Don't even play, you know you are. And it's because they're taking a lot of information. I feel like when you are someone that is Mercury ruled and is taking in so much information about everything, you can't help but be realistic or pessimistic in the way that you approach life because you know the information. You know, you're taking it on. You're like, well, you know, per my calculations, that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Per my calculations, you are gonna fail. You know, like they can't help but be like that because they're analyzing everything, right? And when Sagittarius looks at that energy in Virgo, they can get annoyed. They can feel like you're putting their fire out. They can feel like you're really, really fucking with the vibe right now, you know? Like Sagittarius, everything can be going wrong, but they still have that little bit of fire in them that's like, somehow it's gonna work out. And it usually does. It usually does. And, you know, Virgo can be that voice. When Sagittarius is feeling themselves, Virgo can be like, but actually, it can go wrong. Well, actually, it might not happen like that. And that pisses Sagittarius off. Sagittarius does not want to hear that, you know? They want to be like, don't be ruining my mood. Don't be giving me that bad energy. And Virgo is like, I'm not doing it on purpose. Like, I actually think I'm helping you because I think if you think about it my way, you won't be disappointed when it doesn't happen. And Sagittarius is thinking, I don't want to even think about the fact that it doesn't happen because that's fucking with my manifestation. It's fucking with my ability to always, you know, think of the best and assume that the best is going to happen, you know? So these two signs, they have a very different relationship with the future and the way that things will go, you know? Sagittarius stays positive and Virgo is analyzing the information so they're not surprised if things don't go their way, you know? And another thing is that Virgo might look at Sagittarius and be like, listen, like you're chaotic and I don't know why you think it's okay to act like that and to live life not thinking about the repercussions. Like that makes me feel unsafe. And Sagittarius is like, I don't care. Like this is how I live life. I hate the rules. I hate following rules. And this is just the way I do things. And Virgo is like, rules are there. Rules are set in place. So we stay safe. And Sagittarius says, who said I wanted to stay safe? Okay, next we have Capricorn, and for Capricorn it's Libra. Yeah. I feel like when I think of Capricorn and Libra, I think of, you know, Libra being someone that gets things really easily, but they're also cardinal. So of course they have the motivation and the drive to go forth in life, much like Capricorn. But the way Libra does it is they do it through their connections. They're really good with people. And when you are someone that gets along with everyone, everyone kind of owes you a favor, you know, or you're in good graces with everyone. So people can't help but help you and want to see you win because you are just always a pleasant energy for them to be around. That's how, you know, Libra gets a lot of the things in life, is their charm. And not to say that they don't work hard and they're not good at what they do, but a lot of it comes from their charm and their ability to talk with people and connect with people and learn things from people. Because if you're a people person, if you're constantly talking to people, you're learning a lot. And Libra is the most socially intelligent sign. You know, they're an air sign, you know, and they're very social and they really listen to people, you know? But I think when, you know, Capricorn sees Libra doing that, it annoys Capricorn because they're like, you know, I do things myself. I like to do things myself. I'm self-made. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe I get from Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I can say that. Like, Capricorns truly, yeah, they do amazing work by themselves. And you are honestly someone that should be proud of themselves, Capricorn, because even when the odds are stacked against you, you're still showing up for yourself and you still have this sense of responsibility, right? So I feel like because of that, Capricorn may look at Libra and be like, I don't like the way you take your responsibility so lightly, but you're still like getting what you want. Like, you know what I mean? And I think Libra is looking at Capricorn and is probably jealous a little bit of Capricorn's discipline. You know, Capricorn has immense discipline, but also Capricorn doesn't care what people think of them. And that's something that throws Libra off, is like, you're so good at what you do, Capricorn, and people are like dying for your respect and your approval. How do you do that? You know, how do you do that, Capricorn? Like, it's like people are just like a little bit afraid of Capricorn. Maybe some people are a lot afraid of Capricorn. And that's how they, you know, get the respect from people, is that they show up for themselves. They're good at what they do. And also they stand firm in who they are. They don't feel the need to change themselves to connect with people. Whereas Libra can definitely mirror people. And it's like, oh, you're into this, I'm into this. Oh, you're into tennis, I'm into tennis. Oh, this is your favorite show. Actually, this is becoming my favorite show. And they're not always doing it to be fake, you guys. Like, Libra just can't help but want to connect with people, you know? But Capricorn may look at that and be like, that's fake. I don't like that. I don't like that you're always, you know, changing your tune to agree with everyone. And Libra's like, I don't like that you're always cold and that people have to work for it. You know what I mean? Because you know what you don't have to work for with Libra? You don't have to work for a good conversation. You don't have to work for a smile. Like, they're genuinely pleasant to be around. But also with Capricorn, when you earn the respect of a Capricorn, when a Capricorn likes you, it hits different. It hits different because you know they don't feel that way about everyone, you know? Okay, next we have Aquarius. And for you, it's Scorpio. Yeah, I mean, we know that Aquarius and Scorpio can really be a diabolical pairing. And that is because both of these signs are very private in their own way, especially when it comes to their emotions, right? They can be very closed off. And for Aquarius, it's the fact that they process emotions and just things slower than the average person. They like to take their time in their internal world. Whereas Scorpio, it's not that we process things slowly. Oh, we processing fast. We're thinking about feelings all the time. We're just not sharing it with people. We usually have this facade of like, oh, I'm fine, you know, especially with people that don't know us that well. We can't help but be like, I'm fine. But internally, we're thinking about everything, but we're not sharing it with people. So when you bring these two fixed signs together, it can kind of be very uncomfortable because they're not ones to like have to like talk and like fill the space with words. They can literally be silent together, but they're like sussing each other out. Like, what are your intentions? Like, no, what are your intentions? You know, like Aquarius is an air sign. They need to bounce back and forth with the energy that is given to them, right? And Scorpio, they don't feel the need to fill that silence. So I feel like the silence that these two signs have together, it says a lot. The silence says a lot. But another thing is that Aquarius may look at Scorpio and be like, listen, I feel like you're all in way too fast. You know, like Scorpio is very intense and passionate, and Aquarius can sometimes be cold and take their time and not move at the pace that Scorpio does. And it's funny because you think of Scorpio as slow to open up, and we are, but trust, When we want you, we want you. We're obsessed with you. We're into you. You know, we want to be your friend. Like, it's there. The emotions are there. And sometimes I feel like Aquarius can definitely be like, oh my God, that's a lot. That's a lot right now. And that is not the reaction that Scorpio is looking for, because Scorpio, it takes us a while to open up. And it's uncomfortable for us to open up, and we're very scared of being rejected because we know how passionate we are. So when Aquarius gives that energy of like, oh my God, that's a lot. Oh my God, Scorpio will never open up around you ever again. Aquarius, you could be the last person on earth, but Scorpio will remember. They'll remember. They're gonna remember that time that they tried to open up to you and you were just like, ugh, you know, like Scorpio is never gonna forget that. Scorpio will look at Aquarius and be like, the way you're stubborn when it comes to certain shit is too much for me. Because yes, Scorpio is a fixed sign, but Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto, the planet that rules over death, rebirth, you know, transformation. And I think a lot of times Aquarius can be very much set in their ways of thinking. And when these two are having a conversation, Scorpio may want to take these conversations to new heights and see if Aquarius is willing to understand it from their way. But Aquarius, they might be very much stuck in their ways when it comes to expressing themselves and their feelings. And I just think there's going to be like this roadblock or this wall that they just can't get through. And that will lead to the disconnect in this relationship, is if they're unable to reach those levels of intimacy. And I don't always mean sexual intimacy. I mean like actual emotional intimacy. There might always be a block because both of these signs, their egos, when it comes to expressing their emotions, will take over. Okay, and finally we have Pisces, and for you it's Sagittarius. You know, both of these signs are ruled by Jupiter, so obviously they have the lucky syndrome, both of them, right? In different ways, they have that lucky girl, lucky boy syndrome, and that can lead to a lot of fun. You know, that can lead to a lot of excitement in this friendship or partnership, because you're both willing to be out in the world and experiencing it together. But the thing with Pisces is they need that rejuvenation. You know, they still want that comfort of their home, and they will look at Sagittarius and be like, you know, we have a lot of fun together, but it seems like you don't really need downtime. Like, it seems like you could just keep it going. And Sagittarius is like, yeah, I really can. And it's really fun over here. And Pisces is like, I like that in like doses. Like, I still need to be able to feel my feelings and disassociate, you know? And that's the thing with Sagittarius is I don't think Sagittarius enjoy disassociating. I think they love to live in the moment and they love to experience life as it is and really just be in the present, you know? Also, what Pisces is, they like to paint a story, right? When it comes to their life, when it comes to their relationships, right? Like when they're talking, like to paint a story, and they can be very, very sensitive to what they're describing. And I think sometimes Sagittarius, they have this trait of wanting to make light of everything, and they will make a joke, and that joke will hurt Pisces' feelings, you know, because Pisces is very, very sensitive. But because they can usually keep up with Sagittarius and their antics and they're having fun together, I think they will be caught off guard when Sagittarius makes one of their like out-of-pocket jokes and Pisces is like, where did that come from? And then Sagittarius will look at Pisces and be like, you're being too sensitive, you know, like it's a joke, laugh. And Pisces is going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get deep with you if you're going to make fun of me when I'm expressing my feelings, you know? So I think that's one aspect of this partnership that can be very uncomfortable for both of them, is they're usually on track and it's fun, but then someone gets a little too sensitive or someone makes a joke that isn't appropriate, and then now they're looking at each other like, I'm not having fun, or I'm not safe with you. All right, you guys, that is the end of this video. That is the end of the list. Let me know how y'all felt about this reaction. Let me know if you guys agreed with any of the pairings. Do you have someone that is in your pairing, and do they bug the hell out of you? You know, is it a pair made in hell? I want to know all of that. Comment it down below. Again, if you are having a holiday week, I hope you have an amazing time off. Enjoy your day with your family, friends, or even alone. You know what I mean? If you are not celebrating with people, enjoy your own company, okay? You deserve it. You're amazing. I love you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.